the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rob Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
8ID welcomes 52 new soldiers after training completion. Westmincom reinforces military presence in Zamboanga City. Search and for survivors of boat ramming in West Philippine Sea. Comet tightens rules on election surveys.
Good day everyone, as well as our troops at Camp Emilio Aguinaldo, Quezon City. Today is Friday, February 21, and we will bring you the latest news from the armed forces and other information around the Philippines. In behalf of Rof Suzon, this is Jai Simbahon for AFP Community News. And the 8th Infantry Stormtroopers Division officially welcomed 52 new soldiers following their completion of the infantry orientation training at Camp Eugenio Daza in Hinabangan, Samar. The training prepared the soldiers to become effective members of infantry squads and fire teams through rigorous instruction on army operations and combat readiness. Colonel Luzelito Betenol, representing 8ID Commander Major General Adonis Ariel Orio, emphasized the soldiers' vital role in promoting peace and sustainable development in Eastern Visayas. The graduates will be deployed to the division's 13 battalions to bolster operational readiness and further the 8ID's mission to maintain peace and order in the region. And the Western Mindanao Command will bolster its military forces in Zamboanga City. This was followed after the visit of Western Mindanao Command Commander Lieutenant General Antonio Neferrete to Joint Task Force Zamboanga at Camp General Arturo Enrile recently. Lieutenant General Neferrete announced plans to deploy additional troops to major checkpoints in support of local police efforts to address security concerns raised by Zamboanga City Mayor John Dalipe. The commander commended JTF Zamboanga for maintaining peace and urged continued vigilance with the upcoming 2025 elections.
DWDD Armed Forces News. Armed Forces Radio.
And now let us hear more updates from Shai about a Marine Corpsman saved civilian during Mount Minandar hike. Shai?
Yes, good afternoon. The Philippine Marine Corps commended the Marine Corpsman from Marine Battalion Landing Team 5 for his life-saving actions at Mount Minandar, Dato Udin, Sinsuat, Maguindanao del Norte. While escorting a civilian from Philippine Navy Savings and Loan Association Incorporated, Cotabato Branch, PFC Nino Pilares Pardillo acted swiftly when the individual collapsed, performing CPR and sustaining life-saving measures until the patient regained consciousness. Thanks to his quick response, the patient was stabilized and transported to a hospital where they are now recovering. PFC Pardillo's actions reflect the Marine Corps' dedication to service and readiness both on and off the battlefield. This is Shai Rivera reporting for AFP Community News. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Shaira.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And former members of the Communist Party of the Philippines New People's Army encouraged Kabataan Party List Representative Raul Manuel to address claims regarding his involvement in student recruitment for the underground movement. In a press conference, Justin Kate Raka and Arian Jane Ramos, former rebels, shared details of Manuel's alleged participation in a revolutionary integration program at an NPA camp in Mindanao in 2017. The former rebels called for a public forum where they could share their experiences, urging transparency and open dialogue to prevent misinformation. With the 2025 elections approaching, they also encouraged the public to evaluate candidates thoroughly to ensure alignment with peace and development initiatives.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And the 4th Civil Military Operations Battalion, in partnership with the Joint Task Force Oro, conducted loudspeaker operations and leaflet distributions in key areas of Cagayan de Oro City to raise awareness about the anti-terrorism law. The targeting barangays Bulua, Carmen, Cogon, and Divisoria. The operations aim to inform residents about the law's key provisions, its role in national security, and the importance of public vigilance. Both 4th CBOB and JTF Oro remain committed in educating communities and promoting a proactive public in the fight against terrorism.
DWDD Armed Forces News. Armed Forces Radio.
From Southern Luzon Command, let us hear from Jess about locals in Rizal strengthen anti-insurgency efforts through peace rally. Jess?
Yes, Rolf. Residents of Sitio San Isidro, Barangay San Jose, Antipolo City gathered for a peace rally to show their strong opposition to the return of the CPP-NPA in their community. This event followed recent encounters between the 80th Infantry Steadfast Battalion and the rebel group. With Rizal now declared insurgency-free, locals stood together to support their government's effort in keeping their province peaceful and safe. Participants carried banners calling for unity and an end to violence, demonstrating their commitment to protecting their community. The rally sent a strong message that the people of Rizal will not allow insurgents to return and disrupt their progress. Authorities urged the public to stay vigilant and support efforts to maintain peace and security. With the government and the residents working together, Rizal remains committed to a future free from insurgency. This is Jess from Salcom reporting for AFP Community News 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Jess.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And the Philippine Army and Mega World representatives met at headquarters Philippine Army 4th Bonifacio, Taguig City to plan joint activities promoting patriotism, nationalism, and social responsibility. Discussions included blood donation drives to maintain reserves for Army personnel and civilians, joint programs for national events like Bonifacio Day, and tree planting initiatives under Mega World Sustainability Program. The meeting followed the January 2022 signing of the PA Mega World Pag-alab Program partnership aimed at fostering patriotism and expanding sustainability efforts nationwide.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And for our national news,
DWDD National News.
the Philippine Coast Guard is searching for 3 Filipino fishermen whose boat was rammed by an unidentified vessel near the Spratlys Islands in the West Philippine Sea. Based on PCG's report, the fishing boat Prince Elmo II with a crew of 8 was struck near Corregidor Island last January 30. The fishermen were stranded at sea for more than 2 weeks. On February 16, the Vietnamese cargo vessel MV Dong An rescued 5 of the fishermen who were clinging to the bow of their damaged boat, but 3 other companions are still missing.
DWDD National News. Armed Forces Radio.
More updates from Spencer about 2nd Cavalry Battalion leads community service in Quezon. Spencer?
Yes, Jai. The 2nd Cavalry Company of the 2nd Cavalry Battalion conducted a Brigada Escuela feeding program and disaster preparedness film showing at Don Guillermo Elizar Elementary School, Guinyangan, Quezon. Troopers collaborated with teachers and parents to repair and clean the school, creating a better learning environment. They also provided nutritious meals to the students and held a film presentation on disaster preparedness, teaching effective emergency response measures for earthquakes and floods. Furthermore, Jai, these initiatives showcase the unit's dedication to education, health, and community safety. This is Spencer reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Spencer.
DWDD National News.
And children who have tuberculosis or TB can be treated faster over the course of 4 months. This is according to new national guidelines adopted by the Department of Health, based on the recommendations of the World Health Organization. Doctors Without Borders commended the country's adoption of these guidelines, as these can have a significant impact on the fight against TB. They added that previous studies showed the new guidelines are more effective than the previous regimen that lasted 6 months.
DWDD National News.
And the Supreme Court has required the House of Representatives, the Senate, and the Office of the Executive Secretary to submit original copies of the 2025 General Appropriations Bill and the 2025 General Appropriations Enrolled Bill. The directive was issued last February 18 during the SC's full court session. The 3 respondents should submit the documents not later than noon on Monday, February 24. The SC had also decided to conduct oral arguments on the petition on April 1 in Baguio City, where the High Court will hold its traditional summer sessions.
DWDD National News. Armed Forces Radio.
And now let us hear more from Mel Joy of 1st CRJ about 3rd Regional Community Defense Group host URS-7. Mel Joy?
Yes, good afternoon. The 3rd Regional Community Defense Group hosted the ugnayan sa mga retiradong sundalo sa 7th Infantry Division in collaboration with the Office of the Assistant Division Commander for Service and Retiree Affairs, 7th Infantry Kaugnay Division, Philippine Army, held at Gabay Hall, Headquarters 3R CDG Camp Serviliano Aquino, San Miguel, Tarlac City. A total of 66 Army retired personnel coming from the different municipalities of province of Tarlac attended the event and were warmly welcomed by Colonel Vicente Edgardo C. de Ocampo, Group Commander of the 3rd Regional Community Defense Group, Reserve Command, Philippine Army. Among the highlights of the activity is a series of lectures on reserve force development and the role of Philippine Army retired personnel during times of war. The Philippine Veterans Affairs Office Tarlac also discussed their programs, activities, and projects for the retired personnel. Colonel George M. Bergonia, Assistant Division Commander for Service and Retirees Affairs, 7th Infantry Division, Philippine Army, gave his closing remarks. URS-7 is an activity of the 7th Infantry Kaugnay Division, Philippine Army, that aims to organize the Philippine Army retired personnel within the area of 7th Infantry Division in preparation for territorial defense operations. This is Meljoy Nesho Arroco reporting for AFP Community News. 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Meljoy.
DWDD National News.
And the Commission on Elections has tweaked its rules for governing surveys conducted during the campaign period for the upcoming midterm elections. The Commission on NBank have provided additional guidelines under Republic Act 9006 or the Fair Elections Act as implemented by COMELEC Resolution 11086. Under Resolution 11177, the Commission NBank requires any person, whether natural or jurisdictional, candidate or organization that conducts and publicly disseminates an election to register with the Political and Affairs Department of the Commission. The resolution read that only pre-registered entities shall be authorized to conduct and publicly disseminate election surveys.
DWDD National News.
And Filipino voters should choose candidates who support green policies. Philippine Business for Environmental Stewardship Convenor Dindo Manhit said that 2025 midterm elections is an opportunity to drive transformative change in environmental issues through wise public voting. He emphasized that by choosing leaders who advocate strategic climate action, decarbonization, and the circular economy, the country can foster environmental resilience and national sustainability. Based on the recent survey commissioned by StratBase, 87% of Filipino voters said they would support candidates with advocacies addressing climate change and enhancing disaster resilience.
DWDD National National News. Armed Forces Radio.
On the other line, let us hear more from Mike about 56th Infantry Battalion signs MOA for enhanced dental care services. Mike?
The 56th Infantry Tatag Battalion strengthened its commitment to personnel welfare by signing a memorandum of agreement with Dr. Julian Lane G. Pakal, DMD, at the Tatag IP Student Tourism Center, Talaingon, Davao del Norte. Dr. Pakal will serve as the battalion dental retainer, ensuring consistent and quality dental care for the battalion's personnel. This partnership emphasizes the battalion's proactive approach to the healthcare. The 56IB leadership expressed gratitude to Dr. Pakal for her dedication, and it's highlighted the importance of good health in maintaining operational effectiveness. This is Mike reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Michael.
DWDD National News.
And the Department of Education launched the Education Center for AI Research. This is part of its efforts to drive innovation in Philippine education through AI-powered solutions aligned with its 5-point reform agenda. Deputy Secretary Sonny Angara said the agency aims to use AI as a tool for genuine, enduring reforms. Deputy also added that the initiative fulfills President Marcos's commitment to modernizing the education sector and providing Filipino students with quality, technology-driven learning aligned with global standards.
DWDD National News.
And the Department of Education Central Visayas assured that there are no ghost beneficiaries under its senior high school voucher program. DepEd 7 Regional Director Salustiano Jimenez has said they have conducted thorough validation and strict monitoring to prevent such irregularities from happening. Education Secretary Sonny Angara earlier warned that administrative and criminal sanctions will be imposed against erring schools. Revocation of accreditation is one of the possible sanctions that may be imposed if a school is found to have ghost voucher program beneficiaries.
DWDD National News. Armed Forces Radio.
From Northern Luzon Command, let's hear from some information from Joanne about RTF LCAC CAR convenes meeting presents accomplishment. Joanne?
The Cordillera Regional Task Force to End Local Communist Armed Conflict, or RTF-LCAC, convened for the 2025 first quarter meeting in Baguio City, Thursday, February 20, presided by RTF-LCAC Chair Baguio City Mayor Benjamin Magalong and Vice Chair Police Regional Office CAR Director Brigadier General David Peredo Jr. Primary on the meeting agenda is the presentation of the accomplishment of each of the RTF's 11 clusters from November 16, 2024 to February 10, 2025. The DILG CAR also presented updates on the Capacitating Urban Communities for Peace and Development, the Retool Community Support Program, and the Support to Barangay Development Program. The 5th Infantry Division Philippine Army and the PRO-CAR, in their respective reports on the insurgency and peace law enforcement situation in the region, both affirmed that there are no communist terrorist group-related areas of concern during the reporting period. Among the RTF's agreements in the meeting is streamlining the processing of application for the amnesty of former rebels in the region, as well as forming a federations of former rebels for more effective delivery of government programs and assistance for them, among others. This is John Sagauk reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Joanne.
DWDD National News.
And the Intramuros administration has partnered with German cleaning technology brand Karcher in cleaning up the historic Fort Santiago. Karcher Philippines General Manager Darwin Banes emphasized their commitment to preserving cultural heritage across the globe. He added that the initiative enables them to honor the memory of war victims and celebrate Filipinos' heroic sacrifices. Intramuros administration staff Joan Padilla said the initiative was in time for the Clean Tramuros, a cleanup drive for the entire Intramuros district in March.
DWDD National News.
And the Archdiocese of Manila urged the faithful to pray for Pope Francis, who was diagnosed with bilateral pneumonia and needs additional treatment. the Archdiocese received from the Vatican's press office an update on the pontiff's condition. Manila Archbishop Jose Cardinal Advincula said the Apostolic Nuncio to the Philippines has made an appeal to pray for the speedy recovery of the Holy Father, as well as for all the doctors and nurses who are taking care of him. He also requested parishes and communities to organize community prayers for the intention of Pope Francis. The Archdiocese was informed by the Vatican that the Pope was stable.
DWDD National News. Armed Forces Radio.
More updates from Lenore about 35 newly promoted AFP generals and flag officers take oath before PBBM. Lenore?
35 newly promoted generals and flag officers of the Armed Forces of the Philippines took their oath of allegiance to the Constitution before President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. at Malacañang Palace yesterday. Vice Admiral Jose Maria Ambrosio Ezpelita, flag officer in command of the Philippine Navy, led the group, which included 9 lieutenants trained in the United States, Japan, and Korea. Defense Secretary Gilberto C. Teodoro Jr. and AFP Chief of Staff General Romeo S. Browner Jr. also attended the ceremony. The promoted officers, including 3 lieutenant generals, 10 major generals, and 22 brigadier generals, committed to their roles in safeguarding the nation. This is Leonor Tanap reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Leonor. Another update from the ground about Tactical Operations Group 3 leads bloodletting drive for community welfare. Go on for the details, Kath.
Yes, Jai, good noon. Tactical Operations Group 3, Tactical Operations Wing Northern Luzon led a bloodletting drive at Northern Luzon Command Multipurpose Hall, Camp Cerviliano, San Miguel, Tarlac City yesterday. This was in partnership with Victoriano Luna General Hospital and Camp Aquino Station Hospital. The event, part of TOG 3's 40th founding pre-anniversary celebration, collected 79 bags of blood donors across the AFP units under NOLCOM, benefiting AFP personnel and their families. The initiative reflects TOG 3's dedication to humanitarian service and community solidarity with support from local stakeholders. This is Kat reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Kath.
DWDD National News.
And for our final news, 3 weather events still prevail across the Philippines, bringing cloudy skies with scattered rains and isolated thunderstorms. Pag-asa said the shear line is affecting southern Luzon and the Visayas group of islands, while the Amihan or the northeast monsoon is affecting the rest of Luzon. Warm, humid air from the Pacific Ocean or shear line is affecting southern Mindanao.
DWDD National News.
And that's all for today's broadcast. Thank you for joining us, especially to our audience in our Facebook page, AFP Radio DWDD. Don't forget to tune in next week for more updates, same time, same station. Again, this is Joyce Imbahal for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Mga katropa, alam mo ba na ang DWDD 1134 kHz AFP Radio ay ang opisyal na radio station ng Sandatahang Lakas ng Pilipinas na binubuo ng Army, Navy at Air Force na siyang maghahatid sa inyo ng mga balita mula sa ating Armed Forces at iba pang impormasyon. Mga katropa, hanapin at ilike kami sa Facebook, Twitter at YouTube. DWDD AFP Radio, ang boses ng Kawal Pilipino. Ito ang DWDD 1134 kHz AM. Balita, impormasyon at musika. Ito ang DWDD AFP Radio, boses ng Kawal Pilipino.